those two, yes. All right, we're back on the Morning Brew with friends, and we got our friends Scott Maloney, Chad Person, and Luke Graham. And Luke, you had a big night Friday night.
I did. It was really exciting.
All these guys did, actually. On Friday night, there was a big, I guess you want to call it a ship-a-thon?
Yep, ship-a-thon's the right way to think about it. So often with a lot of the great events that bring startups together, what you'll see is ideas. And we wanted to take that so much further, and our platform really does help with that because we're in the business of shipping applications. So we want to see that come out.
And what that means for a lot of us is Bowtie is a software program that lets you develop other software programs, essentially.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people kept saying, dude, what does this look like? I've never been able to see Bowtie. What does it look like? And they kept saying, do something with that. Show us how it works. So you guys had this idea to basically create, have a competition, right?
Yeah, that's right. So effectively, actually, it started as a way for us to get feedback from our users. And you're right, very quickly, it turned into something where we realized our platform makes it easier to get your software into the world. What could we do as a company to provide even more value for guys like Luke to go out, take his application to the world, and turn it into a business venture.
Right.
So we got a bunch of sponsors from the community who threw in some amazing prizes.
The guys at Fat Pipe helped out.
Yep.
The South by Southwest Interactive guys are part of this. Who else? There's a bunch of other ones.
Lerner Venture Law threw in trademarking services, business setup. We got some amazing support from creative startups. We even got Delicious Sip and Zendo Coffee to throw in caffeine subscriptions.
I love their tea at Delicious Sip. It's some of the best tea you can find around. I love it.
It's amazing. Right. I mean, and even some big national sponsors like DigitalOcean, which they're a pillar in the tech community. We're very excited about what we were doing, and they threw their hat in the ring to support this as well.
That's
it's been
very
really
cool.
Tremendous.
That's very cool. And so what this is, Bowtie is it's hard for me to explain it, but let me give it a shot here, all right?
Please do.
So it's basically a developer platform. So I have my own company that I'm going to think of, like I want to launch the Morning Brew digital software thing, right? And so I can start coding it and then send it to you guys, and you guys can put it on the web and you can create everything for that. Is that a good way to...
Yeah, but even more automated than that is the sending it to us is perhaps a little too manual. We like the idea that this is an automated platform that our clients sign up for and own themselves. So we're taking that same application, giving them the ability to sign up, create their account, host it on our system, and now take care of a lot of the stuff that was previously cumbersome for them to do.
That's awesome.
Security, the back end, all of the payment systems, all these little things that frankly get in the way of developers seeing their great idea come out in the world. Now they just get to focus on being developers.
And that's where guys like Luke come in on this.
Absolutely.
You had this great idea.
And it was fabulous. The timing was perfect. I had that very morning, I had an idea for years of creating a solution to the problem of writing in your journal. People have a journal, it sits on the nightstand, you don't get to it. By the time you do, the story's so long you don't have time to write it.
Right.
I'd come up with an idea of a way to make it something people would actually use, and that afternoon, I saw a flyer for this Bowtie ship-a-thon thing, where they're saying in 2 weeks people are going to be launching apps.
And you were like, wait, that doesn't work.
I was like, can it work for me? Because I'm not an app developer.
Oh, you're not at all? Are you a programmer at all?
I am. So I have a background in programming test equipment. But I didn't realize how far that was from these two worlds. And I actually, the contact information was there for Scott. I'd known him a little bit, got in touch with Scott. Is this something that I can do? Background as a mechanical engineer doing computer work, little bit of programming experience. Can I get this to work? And he's like, come on Saturday and find out.
And did it work like you thought it would? Was it easier, harder? How did that...
It was different. Just coming from a different background, I was surprised at how much just the vocabulary was different. But having these guys really was, I would not have been able to do it in 2 weeks. I would not have done it in a month, honestly.
Right.
Having this to somebody to ask to help me connect the dots from where I'm coming from, where I'm going to, that in 2 weeks I've got an app that now I'm using on my phone.
Very cool.
I'd wanted to have for years.
And it's called Backstory, and it was the second place winning app at Friday night's competition, which was fun, by the way. I got a chance to go, and I got to see this whole room. It was it 12 different companies? How many were there?
Yeah, we had 12 companies.
And they were all competing, and they all showed up with stuff they built in 2 weeks. It was pretty amazing. You think about these apps, and you think about developing and programming them, and you think, wow, that must have taken years. And these guys just did it. It was fun. It was very fun. There was the one that wedding register guys. There was the guys who SaaS Chatter, I guess, was the winner. And what kind of app is that?
No, it was a really interesting app. It's basically fully anonymized chat. So it allows you to, I think part to their name, get a little sassy and make some comments in a public forum, but do so with full anonymity. So it was definitely one of those kind of fun, kind of viral things that made a lot of sense. And I'll tell you, Dan, one of the things that was so exciting about that competition was exactly Luke's experience there. We heard over and over from judges, from our sponsors, and certainly from the teams that it was uncharacteristic to see fully functioning apps hit the stage at the end of our event, and that was something that was really magical to see happen.
Right. Well, I know that some of them, and there were also apps that even helped you design your own apps. Like I was watching the guys from, was it Blackfish, Tom Anderson's group, and they were able to make I would love to be able to design websites. I can, kind of stumble through a little bit of HTML code, put some boundaries here and there. And I was watching him just set up his thing, and he's like, you just put this picture here, put that picture there, and then next thing you know, it's just, there's your website, done, like that. And I was like, that's very cool. That's very cool. So where do you take your app from now, Luke? I mean, now that you have it out there, can anybody go to the App Store and get it yet, or is it not?
It's not yet on the App Store. You can go to my website. It's being hosted on Bowtie. You go to backstorymobile.com, register for the beta, and we're rolling it out.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
so how does it work? I'm a journaler, go figure, right? So how do you, how do you use it? What does it do?
So the thing about the app, it's designed that you're not spending a lot of time in it. It's not something you're opening up and playing around with. There's no formatting. It's very different from a lot of the blog or journaling apps where it's about making it look nice. This is not that. This is taking more of a social media approach. It really feels like you're texting or chatting. It's just that you're really just texting with yourself.
That's pretty cool.
You get a notification every 3 or 4 hours throughout the day. It's not going to wake you up. You don't get a notification until after 9 a.m. and it stops buzzing after 9 p.m. But you get these occasional notifications that just have a general question to get you thinking, something like, what's been on your mind lately? What's been keeping you busy? What are you stressed about? What are you looking forward to? You click on that notification, pops up in this what looks like a chat or like a texting interface, and you just type it in. There's no character limits. You can type for as long as you want. But the idea is, rather than letting a story build up for days or weeks, you're capturing in the moment what I'm stressed about, what I'm annoyed about. So you get the backstory.
Are all those questions kind of randomized? So it just sends you one that...
They are, and that's something that we're working on actually, is making it more intelligent, looking at learning more about the people that are using it to feel like they're interacting. For now, they're just randomized.
I dig it. And we're just showing a picture, I think, of your site there. And then how does SAS Chatter work? So you say it's like this anonymized chat. Why... That's just kind of amazing, because I think everybody wants to say something and not have it be traced back to them. Is it one of those really full on, I could say something on the web?
You can be as obnoxious as you want.
I could be I could be that troll I've always wanted to be. Finally.
Yeah, they did it live. Yes.
Definitely the most colorful demo.
Yeah,
there were
awesome.
a couple of pretty entertaining moments up on the screen.
Juvenile computer science people in the room that were putting up some. Anonymous.
I think it took about 15 seconds to devolve. Yes.
And it devolved, I think, when the judges actually started.
Yeah, it's when the judges got involved.
And these are judges like Alan Weber, former gubernatorial candidate. Was he being a 12-year-old?
Founder of Fast Company. We had Jared Tarbell, who's
founder of Etsy.
Right.
And they were just being 12-year-olds there?
I'm not going to point fingers, but I think a number of people were, yes.
I love that. And the winners from SAS Chatter are going to the South by Southwest Interactive also, right?
Right.
And they're going to get a chance to pitch their company there also, right?
Right, correct.
And then how did you guys end up getting that connection made?
Well, that's a great question. So we actually got the invitation, and when we were cooking up this idea for our Shipathon, we thought, it would be so much more interesting than us going to South by Southwest and talking about Bowtie. Why don't we give that opportunity to one of our users? Let somebody launch their idea, and then, we're sort of piggybacking along with them, but effectively giving them the stage time, letting them speak to what they're doing. So.
That's very cool. So you can find all of these apps, right, or a lot of the ones that competed on the Bowtie site. Is there a link to all of the competitors?
Yep. Yeah, there will be. Actually, that list goes up today. So if you go to bowtie.io, you'll see a big orange banner, and it's going to give you a list of all the competitors, all their applications.
And can we just download them and get them right on our phone
yeah,
right
absolutely.
You can start playing today.
I can start playing today and start anonymized chatting about how awesome the Morning Brew is?
Yeah, but we can watch you devolve, yes.
Excellent. Well, we're going to be back in a minute with our friend Steve Westman, and some other folks are going to tell us all about chocolate fantasy. This should be a lot of fun. Have you guys been there yet? Oh, it's a great time. On the Morning Brew with friends.
Brew.